In a secluded monastery high in the Pyrenees, an order of nuns known as the Silver Dawn lived in a quiet devotion. This was no ordinary order. These women were not only devoted to their faith but were skilled in martial arts, strategy, and healing arts. Their leader, Mother Superior Serafina, was a wise and formidable woman who dedicated her life to serving justice. The order was founded centuries ago by Saint Isabella, a noble woman turned warrior who fought against tyranny and corruption. Over the years, the Sisters of the Silver Dawn has become a sacred force for good, intervening in the world's darkest corners to bring light and justice. One fateful evening, a messenger arrived at the monastery bearing grim news. A tyrant named Duke Morvan has seized control over a nearby village, imposing brutal laws and enslaving its people. The villagers lived in constant fear, their cries for help echoing through the mountains. Mother Serafina gathered the sisters in the great hall, where the flickering candles cast long shadows on the stone walls. "Sisters," she began, her voice steady and strong, "our calling is clear. We cannot stand by while the innocent suffer. It is time for the Silver Dawn to rise again." The sisters, a diverse of women from various backgrounds, nodded in solemn agreement. Among them were Sister Beatrice, a master of sword, Sister Magdalena, a skilled healer, Sister Teresa, a brilliant strategist, and Sister Annabella, whose archery skills were unmatchable. The sisters spent weeks preparing for their mission. They trained rigorously, honing their combat skills and devising a plan to liberate the village. They gathered intelligence from traveling merchants and sympathetic villagers, learning about Duke Morvan's fortress and the layout of the village. Mother Serafina led the preparation, her eyes never wavering from the goal. She knew the dangers they faced, but her faith in her sisters and their cause were unshakable. "Remember, we fight not with anger but with love," she reminded them. "Our strength comes from our unity and our belief in justice." Under the cover of the night, the sisters set out of the village, clad in silver-lined habits. They moved silently through the forest. As they approached the village, they could see guards patrolling the perimeters, their torch casting an eerie glow. Sister Teresa signaled to them. "We must divide and conquer," she whispered. "Sister Beatrice and I will create a distraction in the front gate. Sister Magdalena, you and Sister Annabella will infiltrate from the rear and free the prisoners." With their plan set, they sprang into action. Sister Beatrice and Sister Teresa approached the front gate, drawing the guards' attention, and with carefully orchestrated skirmish, the clanshing of swords and shouts of guards echoed through the night, drawing more soldiers away from their posts. Meanwhile, Sister Magdalena and Sister Annabelle slipped through the fortress and the hidden passage. They moved swiftly and silently, disabling the guards and unlocking the cells where villagers were held captives. As dawn approached, the village erupted in chaos. The freed villagers, inspired by the bravery of the sisters, took up arms and joined the fight against Duke Morvan's soldiers. The sisters fought valiantly, their movement a blow of steel and silver. Mother Serafina led the charge, her presence a beacon of hope amidst the turmoil. She confronted Duke Morvan in the village square, her eyes locked in battle wheels. "Your reign of terror ends today," she declared, her voice ringing with conviction. Duke Morvan sneered, drawing his sword. "You are but nuns? What can you possibly do with my might?" With a swift and decisive strike, Mother Serafina disarmed him and her blade at his throat. "We are the Silver Dawn," she replied, "and we fight for justice." With Duke Morvan defeated and his soldiers either captured or fleeing, the village was finally free. The villagers cheered, their voices alive with joy and gratitude. The sisters tended to their wounds, with their healing hands, bringing comfort and relief. Mother Serafina gathered the sisters at the village square. "This victory is not ours alone," she said. "It belongs to all who stood against tyranny and fought for what is right. For this is a new dawn for us all, a time of peace and justice." The villagers pledged to rebuild their homes and their lives, vying to honor the bravery of the Sisters of the Silver Dawn. The sisters returned to the monastery, their hearts filled with knowledge that they had made a difference. The tale of the Sisters of the Silver Dawn spread far and wide, inspiring others to stand against oppression and fight for justice. The order continued its mission, ever vigilant and ready to answer the call of those in need. Mother Serafina, now older and wiser, looked over the mountains from the monastery's highest tower. She knew that the work was far from over, but she also knew that as long as there were people willing to fight for what was right, there was hope. And so the Sisters of the Silver Dawn remained a shining beacon in the world, often shrouded in darkness. Their legacy for courage, compassion, and justice lived on through the ages.